Hi there. Just gotta do a quick. Let's test this thing real quick.
Get that motherfucker!
Yep. Hi there, everyone. Let's chill out with Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow. It's been a while since I played this. We'll start a new game. Void 2035. Goddamn. Yeah, welcome, friends, fam, and all that jazz, to Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow, the third in the advanced trilogy of Castlevania games. And, in all honesty, my favorite of the advanced trilogy. Because this is the one that introduced us to probably one of my favorite characters to play as in any video game. Soma Cruz. Just gotta put a thing on. I just gotta put my thing out on Blue Sky to let everyone know I'm playing. Like, yeah, that's Mina. She is Soma's girlfriend. Close enough. Just gotta put ours. So if you and post. There we go. That's Genya Aricado. I get the Aricado. Why Genya? Dracula's Castle. We're in Europe. Damn it, I hit the wrong one. Okay, so basically, we missed, but there was a... I accidentally skipped it, so the scene continues where we start having to deal with there's some monsters show up, gotta kill them, and Soma absorbs a soul of the winged skeleton somehow. This fucking college student can absorb souls. He does not know how, but that Aricado guy might have an idea. So we gotta go to the castle throne room Up to the keep, at the very top of the castle. Oh, thank you, pigeons. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the void. I hope you enjoy your time in the void. Alright, got the Gravekeeper, which lets us do funky backstab, or backslides. Welcome to the chat, hello! Ow. I don't get much about Castlevania. What are your thoughts on this game? This one, my thoughts are, it's the best of the Advanced trilogy, but it's not the one that I've played. It's not my favorite in the whole series. For that one, it would honestly have to be somewhere between Aria of Sorrow, or not Aria. It's one of my favorites in the whole series. It's not my absolute favorite, though. Like, it tends to rotate around between this, Order of Ecclesia, Portrait of Ruin, and Symphony of the Night. Just, Symphony of the Night's just my absolute favorite. I haven't played a whole lot of the ones before Symphony of the Night. I'm not too good at them. And I haven't played either of the Lords of Shadow games, but they're on the stream docket. Damn it. And he didn't drop his soul. Alright, that's our map that tells us some funky stuff. Blue Crow. I don't remember if they actually do drop a soul. Oh, fuck. Goddamn boors. A lot of skeleton enemies, it seems. Yeah, there's a lot. There's quite a few skeletons in Castlevania. And dang it. Get down here. There we go. And that's us a free mind up that restores our magic, which is the green bar. And this dude drops a pretty. I believe his soul is one of the better ones. So we're gonna take a couple minutes here to. well, not even a couple of minutes. Just gonna give it 4 more tries. 3. 2. What does collecting souls do? Do they provide EXP? No, they provide powers. There are 3 types of soul. They have actual names. Basically, they're the red ones, blue ones, and yellow ones. Red ones are active attacks. Blue ones are more of a defensive. Are more defensive, or give a stat boost, but you have to activate them. And yellow souls are always on because they're passive. In the form of either stat boosts, or in the peeping eyes case, I believe, letting you see hidden walls easier. Come, get your ass down here. Alright. There are also the white souls, which give you movement upgrades rather than attacks. And this is our first blue soul, the flying armor. Falling speed slows down and jump distance increases. What this does is that it gives us a glide. And you probably saw that big tower I climbed up only to fall back down. Well, the flying armor soul is how we're going to get to the top of that. Now there is a specific. There is a point where the game does require you to have 3 specific souls at one point in order to continue on. And they do something similar again in the next game, in the next Castlevania game they did after this, which was Dawn of Sorrow. Picking up not immediately where this game leaves off, but after, with the same characters. Which is actually quite rare for a Castlevania game to do. Alright, we've got leather plate, which gives us a little bit of a defense. Potion, that'll heal us when we take damage. That's interesting, so the upgrades are used to advance to different areas of the game. Sounds pretty advanced for Castlevania's time. Funnily enough, the word, the term Metroidvania, that actually, half of that word actually does come from Castlevania, specifically because of Symphony of the Night. Because at that point, the 2 biggest games to do that kind of thing of seamless exploration and with large maps, varied environments, and different upgrades you collect to expand your total area that you can, explore and find more items in, is the two games that the word comes from, Metroid and Metroid and Vania, are from Super Metroid and Castlevania. And there's our first Yellow Soul, Skeleton Knight. Increases strength by 4, which is just a flat damage boost at this point. Now, Now, there is a thing that the Souls kind of do, where there's a lot of overlap in what some of them do. Like the strength upgrade. This one, we've got one that increases it by 4, and then later on we'll find one that increases strength by 8. And then another one later that increases strength by 12. And a thing that was added in the upgrade, in the Advanced re-release version, or the Advanced Collection re-release, sorry, I need to take a drink, is that you saw that thing on the right whenever I attacked that enemy. That was added in this re-release, that way you not only know with the name, so you get a better view of the enemy there, your enemy's name, but it also lets you know whether or not you have their soul as well, and whether or not they have one to begin with. So you only ever need to attack them once to know whether or not you're going to need to fight them multiple times to get something. And now we've got a combat knife, which is much stronger than the sword that we were just using, but it's also faster and about the same range. So it's just so this is just a flat upgrade. You really know a lot about this game. Well, I do have to get back to work on my lunch break, but I hope you enjoyed playing Aria. Sorry, I've been catching one of your streams sometime. Thank you very much, pigeons. And if you can't catch, I try to stream every day. I try to, at the very least. But if you can't catch them, I do have a link to a YouTube account down below. That's where I put all the archives for all of my streams whenever you can. I've got a few full playthroughs up there here already for Another Crab's Treasure. So far, it's been for Another Crab's Treasure, and one moment, let me check. Mario Galaxy as well as a couple other games that I played before starting this massive list I've created for my stream schedule, including a couple speedrun attempts of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, segmented, of course, and a few other things that I can't quite remember off the top of my head. So if you like what you see here, feel free to check that out if you want to, for more stuff to watch and listen to. I'll see you later. I'm gonna continue on with my day. Continue on with the stream today. I believe the zombie soul is just, it summons a zombie dude to fight for you. Shoda. That's 500 gold. God, I love Castlevania music. I miss Castlevania. Like, of all the goddamn game franchises that Konami just needs to bring back, it's Castlevania. Oh, we got us another cutscene. Oh, hello there. You're human, aren't you? Relax, my name's Graham. Let's say I'm a missionary. I'll beat the fuck out of you. Oh, I'm Soma. Soma Cruz. You weren't here in this shrine before, were you? How did you get here? Not sure. Went through the shrine gate and boom, I was here. I see. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead, I don't mind. Is it true that this is Dracula's castle? It most certainly is. But isn't Dracula's castle in Europe somewhere? In theory, yes, but its true castle exists somewhere else. Its true castle? Yes, it's a well-known fact in the underworld. Do you believe in vampires? Well, no. I thought the story of Dracula was made up, actually. No, it's all true. It was leaked to the outside world. Usually the church handles these things with utmost secrecy. Over the course of time, Dracula has resurrected many times, when people lost faith and craved chaos and destruction. So are you trying to tell me now that Dracula's been resurrected? No, Dracula perished in 1999. I want my fucking 1999 game, goddammit! Like, please! I want my 1999 game. You know the prophecy of 1999, don't you? Nostradamus' great prophecy? That's right, Dracula was resurrected exactly as he predicted. But vampire hunters destroyed him completely. They ended his regeneration cycle by sealing his castle, the symbol of his demonic power, inside the darkness of an eclipse. And that eclipse is where we are now. Mm-hmm. Yes, but there's still more to the story. There's more. In the year 2035, a new master will come to the castle, and he will inherit all of Dracula's powers. But yes, that time is now. I better get going. Is that all then? Oh, yes, thank you. Farewell, and be careful. You too. And I would go the exact same way he did. Welcome to the chapel. Boom. Bone pillars. These guys are a goddamn staple. Haha. And we can't get up there because we don't have stuff to let us jump high enough. But now we get a bamboo sword. It is considerably weaker. And it goes in an arc instead. But it covers significantly more vertical range. But we're gonna stick with the combat knife for now because it's just faster. Alright, another thing about the soul drop chances, if you're trying to grind things out for specific souls, it's easiest to do it on in the advanced re-release, like in the advanced collection, because the thing about the way the soul drop stuff works is it's determined on the final hit of the enemy. Like, it's not determined when the enemy spawns what if they're going to drop a weapon. It's determined on the final hit when you kill them. Oh, let's see. All right. Only slightly shorter. Oh, I learned today that apparently there's some stuff floating around about 2 new starting classes being added to added to Elden Ring when the Tarnished Edition stuff drops for it comes out later this year. And I'm excited for that. Because allegedly, if this is true, one of the new starting classes is going to start with a brand new, one of the DLC weapons, the Milady. Which was a weapon you could only get not too deep in the DLC, but it was deep enough to be kind of annoying to get. Alright. We did not... Alright, that was the Manticore. Alright, our next major boss is going to be... Wait. You. Our next location is the study. This is a fun area since I think it's a fun area because I like the aesthetic. Alright, now we get the bastard sword. Weaker, but better reach, and so we don't need to get as close to enemies. I like this a bit more. And we can still one-shot the Durga. Evil Butcher. Yeah, Yeah, a shocking amount of enemies in this game can be just trivialized by crouching and attacking. Also, look at that sprite. Look at that pushing sprite for Selma. That is a beautiful sprite. Look at how fluid it is. Like, yeah, his hands are squares, but he looks so good. Also, that coat. I want the coat. I want this coat so bad. I want his coat more than anything. Like, I know it would be so expensive to commission someone to actually make it. But I want his coat so bad. Oh, Katabalpa. I love Katabalpa. Fun fact, Katabalpa as a monster, in various cultures, Katabalpa are actually a real creature. They're wildebeest. They're not actually, like, things that'll turn you to stone by breathing on you. They're just wildebeests. They just animals. They just aminals. That is a thing we can't get yet. But what it does is that it tells us that we need to have a specific soul equipped when we get to a specific area. Specifically the fire demon. Oh. Behold, woman. You're Selma, aren't you? You must be him. Yes, but who are you? Oh, if you remember, Yoko Belnades, member of the church. How would a member of the church recognize me? You met Aluka, Genya Ericado, right? I did meet him, but he told me about you and asked me if you were in trouble. Ericado said that? It's hard to believe. Well, he may seem cold at first, but he's actually quite a decent guy. He may be looking out for you because you share the same dark powers. Wait, did you say my powers are dark? Oh, you mean you didn't know that? Oh no, did I say something? What said it said. Essentially, I have the power to rule over and command monsters. God, I wish I could do that too. Rule over monsters? I have no desire to do that. It comes as naturally as breathing for you, so you may not yet realize it. And though I called it a dark power, that doesn't mean it's evil. It's like a weapon. Its user decides whether it's used for good or evil. When you put it that way, I feel a bit better. Since I got this power, I've begun to lose my sense of self. You are yourself. There's no one else you could be. Don't second guess yourself. Be confident. That's most important. I think I understand now. Thanks, Yoko. I used to being thanked by people. Oh, I forgot to ask you. Have you seen a man named Graham? Graham? Yeah, I met him earlier. Be wary of that man. I believe that he will inherit Dracula's powers. No way, he didn't look like a bad guy. Right, and I've got a bridge to sell you. Don't be fooled by his appearance. He's not who you think he is. Alright. I must be going. I've got to find Graham. See you around. And now, we go our separate ways, by going the exact same way she did. Now, there's only 2 souls that... Well, technically 4 souls that we're gonna be grinding for. The 3 that we need to get to access the true to access everything for the true stuff. And then after that, and as well as another soul called the Killer Mantle. Alright, the Whip Sword. It's as strong as the Bastard Sword, but it's even longer. Sadly, we can't do the attack canceling thing that we were doing before by attacking and then landing on the ground. I believe this is the... yeah. Great armor. This might be a good time for the combat knife, actually. There we go. Now here's the thing, when a boss doesn't immediately drop their soul upon beating them, that actually means that you're going to encounter them again later as a regular enemy. A child like yourself doing a place like this. A child? You're rude, Grandpa. Name's Hammer, the army who ordered me to come here. I was inspecting a shrine, and suddenly I was in a castle. Don't you think that's a mean thing to do to a guy? So I just bailed on my mission. What do you mean? There were a bunch of strange people gathered at the shrine. I figured thought they'd be good customers, so I opened up a shop. Ah, good for you. There's weapons all over this castle and no monsters at the front gate. Good place for a shop. Come on by, I'll give you a good deal. See you around. Malthus. Jump again mid-jump. It's a double jump! What's a Metroidvania without your classic double jump? Oh, Minotaur. Strength increased by 8. I said we get one like that, and I wasn't wrong. Jump, 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 jump. Now we're gonna go here, save. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, bum. And now we can actually get those potion things that we couldn't get at the top of the chapel. Fleemans. It's him, John Fleeman. Alright, we can't get up there without a box. So we're gonna do this. That is the broadsword. It's another. This is another one that has the forward arc. So we'll use this one for a little bit, actually. Heart pendant. This is an accessory. I never equipped the scarf. What this does increases our luck by 1 and our defense by a little bit. Now, here's the thing when it comes to soul drop. There's only one item in the game that'll ever increase the rate at which you can you get souls from enemies, and you have to get it from the shop. And it is prohibitively expensive. How expensive? Like 300,000 souls. It's the winged skellies. But now, with the double jump, we can, I believe... Actually, I think it was this way? No, it wasn't. Wait. Yes. That way. Emma! Slightly slower than the broadsword, much stronger. Yeah, as long as the weapon sprite is on screen, it's an active hitbox. Which means if you know how to time it, you can swing before you hit the enemy, and then hit them with the weapon itself after the swing's already done. Oh. We got rock armor. But we're gonna stick with Evil Butcher. Now, Ghost Dancer is actually one that before I realized just how borked luck as a stat was, and the fact that it did nothing at all, Ghost Dancer was a soul that I would swear by. Because it increases your luck by 1. Or not by 1. I think it was some amount. And because it did, I thought that your luck stat directly influenced how often you found souls from enemies. But it doesn't, because luck is a stat that does nothing. And now, we activate our first teleporter! This took us right back here. And now, we can check in with Hammer. He's where we can buy our basic potions. Starter weapons and some stuff. He expands his library the more of the castle you explore. Alright, and now that we have double jump, we can actually go explore some more places that we couldn't before. Specifically, we should be able to hit up I think it was either that one tower, or it's down there on the way to the garden. God, I'm sorry. I'm still a little tired from work. And after I'm done streaming, I gotta start cooking some stuff, cause God, I'm hungry. My diet today has so far been a few pieces of sour candy and half a can of Pringles. Oh, and a muffin. Yeah, don't skip breakfast, everyone. Even if you have a 9 a.m. shift. Oh, Lance. Slightly less powerful. Strong, but super slow. But remember what I said about active hitboxes? This will take us to the dance hall. God, my hands are just falling apart right now. Strange. I sense a dark power within you. Who are you? Sir Desk, someone ask questions before introducing yourself. Yes, you're right. I can't give you my name, but people call me Jay. People call you Jay? Why hide your real name? Are you a criminal? No, I have amnesia. I'm told I was in an accident in 1999. When I woke up in the hospital, I'd forgotten my name and my past. I see. Well, my name's Soma. Your dark power. Were you born with it? I don't really know. First noticed it when I entered the castle. I see. I guess I was mistaken. Mr. J. Mr. J! Why have you come to this castle? Call me Jay. I'm filled with fear when I hear the name Dracula. I came here because of prophecy. I also thought my memory might return. In fact, since my arrival, I have felt like my memory is returning. And your accident occurred in 1999? Maybe Dracula was involved. I fear you are correct. Especially since I have magical powers. Right, so if it's 1999, and this game takes place in 2035... that would be 36 years. Assuming Jay here was 20 at the time, he is well into his 50s. Like this? Well, you might say that, but I work for no one but myself. I must be going now. I'm sure we'll meet again. Yeah, see ya. And once again, we go our separate ways by going the exact same direction. Up there he is. He's a pain in the ass if you want his soul. Go. Bam. Stab. Stab. All that for a big bag of money. Die. Yep. Zombie officer. Jumping while taking damage restores health. That's not actually what it does. And I can't remember what it actually does. But I know it's not fucking that. Yeah, sometimes the soul descriptions for what the powers are, they're just wrong. we go. Save point. Now, the big golem. Ow. There we go. Alright, we can now slide. But before we do... Damn it. Okay, we're gonna need... What's the strongest thing we got? Well, we're gonna go with the combat knife, actually, since it's faster. Damn it. Okay, let's try... a hammer instead. Okay, so the instant he touches you, you can't. Alright, hold on. Alright, we don't have the DPS to take him out now. Actually, what if we tried using... We do not have the DPS. That was Tsuchinoko, one of the secret enemies you can find and defeat in the game. And they're one of very few non-boss enemies that are guaranteed to drop their soul on death, because it's so hard to get them to spawn. Of the secret enemies for the secret souls, Tsuchinoko has to be the easiest. Because it's literally just go back and forth into the room and hope it's not burrowing in the ground. You gotta hope it's burrowing into your ribcage. Alright, now that we have the Skeleton Blaze, we can grab that, which is a high potion. High potion. Cutal. This is a sick fucking knife. There we go. Yeah, and the fun thing about the cuttail is that depending on how close you are, you can hit an enemy twice. And that has massive DPS. Oh, Durga throws katanas. Just, yeah, we go from throwing spears to throwing knives to throwing whole ass swords. And these swords pierce, which means they do more damage. Alright. I can only go for another hour. Because I'd like to stream for hours at a time again, but I am running low on energy. I'm tired. I'm tired, and I'm hungry for real food. I want to make home fries. I want to make fried potatoes, and onions, and peppers. Have it all with Cajun seasoning and barbecue sauce. Actually, spicy barbecue. Put some hot sauce in there. Make spicy barbecue sauce. That sounds really good, actually. And that's a mana prism. That is a full restore of your magic instantly. Sadly, we don't really need it right now since, you know, we're not really magic users. Because magic is for little bitches. And that is an objective fact. God, imagine if that thing had a hitbox as it was coming down. Oh. That is a rare drop. Yeah, if you're close enough, you can get multiple damage procs off the knife from just being close because of the 3 pointed bits. Or the extra pointed bits near the handle. Balancing act though, you gotta get close enough to the enemy to do it, but you gotta stay far enough away to where you don't get hitboxed. Like contact damage. Now we continue on to the inner quarters. Yeah, what the? Okay, I was about to say, for some reason that jerk downstairs wasn't taking damage. High mind up. Restores a lot of magic when you use it. This whole area can be summed up as we had one scream for all the girl characters. Oh yeah, him. Okay, we're gonna steal Persephone's soul for a little bit. And here's the thing. The game also kind of encourages you to collect multiple copies of the same soul, because the more copies of one soul that you have, the more damage they do. They're not entirely based on their damage isn't entirely based on your stats. A good chunk of it comes from how many copies you have, and they go up to 9. That's a scarf. There we go. God, even though I want to cook today, the fact that I am so goddamn tired right now, I do not trust myself to hold a knife to cut vegetables. Okay, we're gonna give it 10 more tries. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay, we're moving on. And now we have another boss fight, the Headhunter. Alright, the headhunters thing is that with each head they put on, that's a different kind of attack they do. Right now, it's in Mystic Old Man form. It's no longer in Mystic Old Man form. It is now in Lizard form. Wood, by the way. Collect souls to increase strength. What that means is that the number of souls we've collected and have in our inventory overall determines how much of a boost to our attack power we get. So the more souls we collect, the stronger the stat boost that the headhunter gives us. Okay, so we're also going to want the curly soul. That one's important. Really, any soul that lets us... that does the thing that the curly soul does. Because, remember, I said that there's a lot of overlap with how some souls work. How some of them do share different things. Okay, Undine. That lets us walk on water, which will give us access to another new area. And the Hunting. This is going to be the sword we use for a while, because, first of all, that's sick as fuck. Like, you gotta admit, that looks sick as fuck. But, also, the whole thing is a hitbox. That big purple arc, that flash, that's a hitbox. It hits everything it touches. Alright. Kioma Demon is another one of those secret enemies that you kind of need a special activation thing to get them to show up. And Kyoa, or Mirror Demon, you just need to stand next to this mirror long enough for it to come out. Yeah, we're gonna take a couple minutes to grind Curly for a bit. Just a couple minutes. Hell, not even a couple minutes. Like, we're gonna try and get Curly because the Curly Soul is, or the really souls that do the things that Curly does are important to what we want to do. There we go. Now we equip the Undine Soul, which lets us walk on the surface of water, and use that as a platform to get up here. And now we put... Yeah, a Headhunter gives us stat boosts across the board for the amount of souls that we have. So the more souls that we have, the stronger we get. And now that we have Undine... God. Yeah, I think after this, I'm just gonna order something, to get delivered to my place, so I'm just... And after I eat, I'm just gonna take a nap. Cause, god damn, I'm tired. Yeah, we'll do one more boss, and then I think I'll call it for the day. Cause, fuck, man, I'm tired. Actually, I'm gonna... Yeah, phone's fully... Yeah, close, not fully charged. Oh! We got the skeleton! Okay, we're gonna use the save point up here. And we got Bat. And we'll do 5 attempts at Peeping Eye. Maybe a bit more. Okay. Alright. Undine? Now here's the thing, you don't necessarily need Undine to get here. If you're good about it, you can you can time a double jump with the flying armor out of the water in order to get up here. And welcome to the floating garden. What am I feeling right now? I'm feeling... I want pizza. Oh yeah, not dealing with that. That's a golem. Just a regular ass golem. Not dealing with that. There are multiple golem-type enemies in this game. $5 delivery. I want buffalo chicken. I want a buffalo chicken pizza. Oh? Okay. That's a devil. We'll be fighting something a lot more like him later, with a lot more fire. Because the fire devils are the ones that we're going to need to grind out for the goddamn souls that we need. Well, yeah, he's one of them. Another one is the succubus, and another one is one that we're just given because plot reasons. Now we are here at the Clocktower. Graham Jones. So we meet again. I'm glad to see you're unscathed. Good to see you too. I've got something I want to ask you. Sure, go ahead. Someone told me that you are to inherit Dracula's powers. I take it that lady from the church told you that, didn't she? It's not true, is it? The term inherit is incorrect. It's true then. I was born on the very day Dracula was destroyed. So in short, that means that I am Dracula. That can't be right. You've been so kind and friendly to me. Some of you spoke to him like twice. This is because I don't consider you a threat to my mission. But that being said, you have made it this far. I sense a power within you. Do tell me, what kind of power is awoken within you? The power to rule. What? You foolish boy, that's impossible! Huh? I can't remain here any longer. I must get to the throne. Your name is Soma, right? You are wrong, Soma! I will not allow you to rule! Jeez, what was that about? Let me check something. Lightning Doll. Those ones, their soul's pretty useful too. Not quite as need to get it as some of the others, but it's a nice thing to have. The Medusa heads, though, those ones are going to be useful later too. God, I gotta reread Illusion of Control. Oh, there's Yoko. Hello, Selma. Hey, Yoko, I just ran into Graham. Really? Which way did he go? He was in a rush to get to the throne. Just as I thought. There's something important in the throne room. I'm sorry, Yoko. What's wrong with you all of a sudden? He's not who I thought he was. He was kind to me only because he thought I was powerless. I see. But his attitude changed suddenly when I told him about my power. Well, in his mind, he thinks everything in this castle is his. So that's the reason? But it's better this way. What is? The fact that he sees you as an enemy now means you're my comrade. Does it? What, you don't want to be on my side? No, that's not what I meant. There's so much fun to tease you, but this is not the time to be fooling around. Your presence here has thrown Graham into a panic. This is our chance. A sort of chance. Using his cunning mind to be able to evade us up until now. I don't think anyone has ever seen him panic before. I get it. Circumstances right now are making him act this way. That's exactly right. This is an excellent opportunity to trap him. Well, I must be on my way. See you. There we go. Harpy. Okay. Yeah, the gold heads are the only ones that can petrify you. Oh, we got Siren. I believe this is... Yeah, this is the way to the boss. Yeah, he should be right up here. And I'm completely out of healing items. Which means if we're gonna do this boss, we gotta do it one and done. Wait, no, I think okay, I do have a high potion and a melon. So we're not completely up shit's creek. Now, if you know Castlevania, you know that there's only ever one boss for the Clocktower. Ow. Alright. That's phase 1. And now phase 2. See what I mean about this being a really good sword? In fact, if we can keep get him to keep just throwing it. Alright. Okay, so it has a hitbox. One and done, baby. And with that, Skula allows us to walk underwater. But we're gonna have to call it there because I feel like I'm on the verge of fucking passing out. And I still need to stay awake long enough for my fucking pizza to get here so I can have a few slices before I take a fat nap. So, everyone be safe, wash your hands, wear a mask if you decide to go outside, get vaccinated, throw bricks, punch cops, all that good groovy shit. You all know the outro by now. Bye bye. Click, click.